And we're back, and thanks for staying with us here on TSPN. With me, Supervisor Richard Forster. We've been talking about tomorrow's Board of Supervisors meeting, and Richard, we're coming down to we have two items. We discussed a little bit about ACEs. We want to go into ACEs and skip to that part first, or take
Is it 10:30 yet? Is it time for a public hearing?
Okay, let's stay with it. Let's go to 9, and then the Amador County Recreation Agency.
Okay.
Okay.
Amador County Recreation Agency Master Plan. This is what you have to do to look at your mitigation fees that you're going to charge. You have to update your park and recreation master plan. The reason you have to do that is a couple of reasons that Carolyn Fergulia cites here. One is that this involves the whole county. So county is about 63% of this plan. In order for the county to go out and charge a mitigation fee, or for any city to charge a mitigation fee, you have to have a reliable master plan that shows a nexus to that master plan, so people know that what they're paying for in the mitigation fee has been justified. I wouldn't want to pay any taxes unless I know it's been justified, or any fees. In this case, what Carolyn is looking at is, as of June 30th, 2015, the balance of the Parks and Recreation Impact Mitigation Fee held by the county is about $623,000.
Okay, can I take us back? Where does that money come from to the recreation mitigation fee?
Every time a project is built, there's a mitigation fee attached to it.
So it's for new projects?
That's right. The county has not, at this time, charged the full amount for the recreation mitigation fee. It's about $8,400. County is charging half that, about $4,200. So some of the cities are charging the full fee, some are charging half. For a long time, Ione was not participating in this, so there's been up and down whether you're collecting the full amount of money or not. But let's get back to the needs assessment and the master plan. You have to have those studies, as I said, to justify what you're charging. So as she goes in her request for proposals, and that's what this is all about, is can the county use 63%, our 63%, can we use that money from that we have collected countywide for mitigation fees to use it towards this, to pay for our portion of this request for proposals? According to Ms. Fergulia, yes, we can, because she has talked to our county council, and that appears to be a good use of the money. So the county, this is interesting, countywide, there's about 278 acres, and this does not include El Dorado National Forest. There's 278 acres of land used for urban community parks, rural day use parks, and for open space purposes, including 30 parks countywide in Amador County. That's a lot of acreage that you have to take care of. That includes Howard Park and Ione. That includes all of the smaller parks throughout. That includes Molly Joyce Park. But about 278 acres that you can recreate on. The problem is all of that 278 acres is not brought up to the point where you can recreate on it.
Okay.
So that's what the recreation mitigation fee is for. So in 2006, the initial master plan and the regional plan for park and recreation services was developed by ACRA, and that was when ACRA was formed in 2006. With that, it included the needs assessment, the strategic plan, and the nexus, and they were prepared by an agency that came in just like today. You're asking for an agency to come in and bid on going and putting together another recreation plan for the county. So the reasons why we need to redo this now, we know that our population numbers are not what they were in 2006. In fact, our last number count that we had through the census showed the population had actually decreased in the county. Well, that's going to cause your mitigation fee to change, your mitigation number to change. So population is what drives that nexus study, nexus amount that you're going to charge. So that probably needs to be revised. The park descriptions have changed. Some of the parks have been, their renovations have been completed. Some of them, there's new ones to add on. Some of them have had partial completions, so the dollar amount will change for the amount you need to put into the mitigation fee to get the overall plan done. So basically what this is all about is coming up with a dollar figure, what it is going to cost to make the improvements needed. How many people are there to divide that across? That's where you come up with your nexus. But you need a plan like this, otherwise you're not legally allowed to charge that fee out to the public as a mitigation fee. Let's see, the last thing we have, we talked about putting the parks and improving, or some of them have been done, but the plan needs to be reflected to and change based on the economic environment, the current and projected future population demographics, and park and facility improvements. And that way you get a realistic feel for the amount that you're charging, and the public has some faith that what you're charging is correct.
Okay, I don't want to make this more complicated than anything, but this is for new projects paying to this fee.
Not just for new projects.
Okay, all right.
There's projects in the old master plan that have never been completed.
Okay.
So some of those projects
They would be affected.
Yeah, need to be put into the plan and kept in the plan. The new projects will be put in. You take some of those projects that have been done and you take them off the radar screen, so the public knows that those are done. You're not paying for those anymore. Those would be ones like Pine Grove Town Hall, the Volcano Armory, Prop 40 projects that were completed with the help of that state money that came in.
All right.
So with all that, you're asking for the scope of services, you're asking in the request for proposal for the consultant to perform that comprehensive review, look at the existing town and regional plans, provide residents with information so basically you're going to be providing the residents information, but you're going to be garnering information from the residents too, so that you know what the residents know, because a lot of times a consultant coming in, or let's say even someone that sits on the ACRA board may not know what's going on in different areas of the county, as well as the residents that live in those areas. So with all that, you're going to come up with a new Parks and Recreation fee, participation fee to charge to the residents, and hopefully there'll be some confidence in that number. Hopefully the fee won't be $8,400 like it was last time, but I have a feeling you're probably going to be looking somewhere in that range, if not a little bit more. Whether every entity will charge that amount down the road remains to be seen.
Okay, and I guess that's important too. I hear, and you probably do as well, of people saying that to get a project or, to build a home in Amador County is very, very expensive compared to other counties. I'm not sure if that's the case or not, but
go to El Dorado County and you'll be even more expensive.
Okay.
We just had a real-life story from a person saying El Dorado County was much more expensive than Amador County. But remember, in this you have a needs assessment, master plan, nexus study. Remember, in that needs assessment, you can throw out anything that you want, but everything may not be practical. Is it practical for every county, every city in the county to have a first-class recreation facility? Money-wise, it may not be practical. Sometimes you build or you put in place what you can afford.
Okay, all right.
So that's where we have to go with that report. I really probably don't see a problem. I don't think the board will have a problem with looking at the use of the money from our mitigation fee fund to pay for this needs assessment, master plan study, and the nexus coming out of this. Then the public hearing with ACES, this is required per Proposition 218, and people need to know that our state legislature is looking at possibly changing Prop 218 in the future via a vote of the people, of course, but water, wastewater projects that have a hard time getting approved sometimes, the legislature, many members want to lower that threshold down to like 51%, 50+1%. So,
in order to approve?
Well, it's just because of cases of people coming together and overriding every increase that is asked for. Now, in this case, there's very minimal opposition to this rate increase. You're looking at a 6.92% increase for the transfer stations at Pine Grove and Buena Vista, and a 3.95% increase across the board for every area. That'd be the franchise area 1, 2, and 3. The increase would be 3.95%. You know, it is pretty affordable to have that modest of an increase, but it's still an increase, and that's what digs people. Is that, as one of our letters that came in said, we've never really come out of the recession in Amador County, and yet we're still asking for increases. I get that, but I also get that there are costs, and people don't understand there are hard costs involved with a rate increase, and all that's explained in the letters that go out.
I want to explain, we just have 30 seconds, so if you want to continue on, you have all the time.
So this will come up tomorrow. I think we only got 4 letters in, and people can come in and oppose the day up too. I get what people say in the letters. People are on fixed incomes, and as the one gentleman said, it's a very modest increase, but he said every penny counts to us because we're on a fixed income. Those cases or that story is hard to refute because it is the truth.
Right. Okay. Well, Richard, thanks for coming by, and remember tomorrow's a Board of Supervisors meeting, so you can go there if you want to weigh in or listen to this come out in real time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time here on TSPN.